Hi guys, Sithx6 here, and today I want to show you how I like to solve the Rubik's Cube and what I wish I learned, or what I wish someone taught me before I learned the beginner's method. And if you're going to get serious about solving Rubik's Cubes, do not start with the beginner's method. The beginner's method really messes up my ability to learn other methods. The beginner method is not good. It just creates bad habits. If you're serious about solving Rubik's Cube, or if you're gonna be into it as a hobby, for like a lifelong hobby, do not start with the beginner's method. It is horrible. It is a horrible method to start with. So I will be showing you what method I wish I started with. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your feedback. What method did you start with? Am I right? Am I wrong? Should someone who's never solved the Rubik's Cube start with a little more advanced method than the beginner's method? Me personally, I wish I started with F2L and 2-look, because I was doing the beginner's method for maybe a month, and I picked up a lot of bad habits with the beginner's method, where when I first started learning F2L and 2-look, at the end when I would solve PLL, I would get lazy and I would just do the beginner's method to solve the cube, to finish the yellow layer, and it is not good. And if I can, I want to prevent anyone from making the same mistake I did in cubing. Do not, I repeat, do not start with the beginner's method. Start with this method that I'm showing you here. Start with the bottom cross. Start with F2L and start with 2-look, OLL and PLL. Yeah, and then after you learn those, it's kind of like street fighting. For example, if you took boxing classes, when you get into a street fight, you're going to go back to the basics of what you learned. That's why in sports they say back to the basics. That's why they drill into you the basics, what you learned. So if you started off with advanced basics, then that will be your fallback. Like, you will fall back on what you learned. And for me, I learned the beginner's method, so I fall back on the beginner's method. And I wish, like, I'm trying to break that habit of the beginner's method. So if I could help prevent someone getting stuck in that beginner's method box, then I want to help someone get out of that box by not even starting in that box. Start with white cross, F2L, and 2-look. That is the best way to start off. Beginner's method is not it. So, hi guys, Sithx6 here, and I like to solve the cube by doing something I invented. It is called 3-look, OLL, and PLL. It's called 3-look. And basically, I do the white cross, and then F2L, and then after F2L is 3-look, which is basically 2LL with extra steps. So instead of memorizing 8 OLL cases and 6 PLL cases for 2-look, I memorized about 20 OLL cases and about 14 PLL cases. And that I looked up like top 10 OLL and PLL cases that show up after 2-look, and I memorized those. So let's get started. First off, the way you hold the cube. So I like to hold the cube with red in back. So I think of it as red is bad, so I want red furthest away from me. And then blue is always right. So blue is on my right. Red is bad, blue is always right. And yellow on top, white on bottom. And then obviously orange is in front, green on the left. But that's how I memorize it. So let's get started with the white cross. So the white cross, I like to start with the hard cases first. So for example, orange right here, that's the easiest one. But I wouldn't start with that. I would start with blue. So I see blues here, so I would bring blue down and then insert it. And there we go, I inserted blue. And then after that, I would insert green by bringing green down and inserting green like that. And then here you can see I have green and blue inserted. And then after that, I would bring orange down, insert orange, and then fix blue. So there I have 3. And then after that, it's the last one, which is red. So knock red up, bring red, I would offset red, and then solve it like how I would normally solve it. And there we go, I have the white cross. So next step is F2L. And F2L, I would solve it by checking if I could do any keyholes or set anything up for that. So I will check now if I could do a keyhole. And no, I can't. So because this piece is already in the right slot, I wanted to see if I could insert this. So since I can't, I'm going to solve it regularly. And I like to solve the red sides first. So I like to solve the ones in the back. So either green and red or blue and red. So, and also a trick that I'll teach you today is solving F2L when one piece is already solved. So for example, since this piece is already solved, what you want to do is find what color. So you want to find its pair. So the pair is over here. And what color is on top? Red is on top. So what you want to do is put red opposite of the red face. So once you put the pair opposite of its face, all you're going to do is sledgehammer. So I'll sledgehammer, and then I'll do the right side algorithm. And as you can see, that sets up this F2L case. And I have one solved already. Now the next step is I will do red and blue. So, and forgive me, it's been a few months since I've actually solved a cube. So because white is on top, what you want to do is match the colors. So as you can see here, blue is here and blue is here. So that will not match. And if you look on this side, it's red and blue. So this side does match. So this is a correct side. So you bring the color, you bring the corner on top of its column. And then after that, you bring this blue down towards the red, because over here it doesn't match. So because it doesn't match, you want to bring it down to pair up. So you bring the blue side down like this, right? And then you bring it over like that, and then you'll fix the pair. And then once you fix the pair, you bring it up to its position, and you could solve it with a sledgehammer. And there we go. I got 2 F2L cases solved. And then next, I got lucky here. Oh, I didn't get lucky. I set up this next case when, if you go back, I was going to solve it, but I moved the top over one extra turn so I could set this up. So because I did that, I could place it in. And there we go. I have 3 sides solved. And now it's the last case. So now I will solve it. And then I will use that technique that I taught you earlier, where I find its pair, the orange and blue. So where's the pair? It's up here. What color is on top? Orange. Orange is on top. So because of that, I will bring the orange opposite of its side. So orange, I want it to be opposite. So here's orange, orange. And then now I could solve by doing the sledgehammer and then the right side algorithm. And as you can see, I have the first 2 layers solved. And then for this is, we're working on the yellow layer. So I do 3-look OLL and PLL, and this is one of the cases where you have the T with headlights on the left side. And that is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And then that solves the yellow top. And then now I just have to do permute the edges. And the way you do this is, the way I like to do it is I look at the color on the right and it's green, so it has to go to the left. And because it has to go to the left, that means because it has to go to the left, I push it with my right finger. And the way that works is it'll be M2, and then I push it U, so it's M2, U, M, U2, M prime, U, M2. And then there we go. We solved the Rubik's Cube. And that's how I like to solve the Rubik's Cube. And I'll go over that last move again. So because the green was up here and it was going to the left, that means I push it to the right. So it is And the way I like to use a finger tricks is like this. So I'll hold it like this, and then I'll use my ring finger and my middle finger to push them back like this. So that's how I do it. And it looks like this. So M2, and then U, I'll push it with this, M2U, and then M. So straight after I do the U move, then I go straight into the M by going like that. And I can go U2, and I'll start the U2 with my middle finger, and then I'll finish it with my pointer finger. And then I'll do M prime by using my ring finger and prime, U, and then M2. And as you can see, that that's a quicker way to do that algorithm. So it looks like this. M2U, M, U2, M, prime, U, M2. And I'll do it again. M2U, M, U2, M prime, U, M2. And there we go. That's how you do it. And then here I will put up a picture of the 3-look that I came up with. And it is like the top 10 most common algorithms to learn after 2-look. And it is really helpful. And I wish I learned this before. Like the video, comment, share. All my social medias are CithX6. CITHX6.